What a beautiful day! I've spent all morning lying in the grass in front of my house, under the enormous plantain tree which covers it, shades and shelters the whole of it. I like this part of the country, and I am fond of living here because I am attached to it by deep roots, profound and delicate roots, which attach a man to the soil on which his ancestors were born and died, which attach him to what people think and what they eat, to the usages as well as to the food, local expressions, the peculiar language of the peasants, to the smell of the soil, of the villages, and of the atmosphere itself. I love my house in which I grew up. From my windows I can see the Seine which flows by the side of my garden on the other side of the road, almost through my grounds, the great wide Seine, which goes to Rouen and Havre, and which is covered with boats passing to and fro. About 11 o'clock, a long line of boats drawn by a steam tug as big as a fly, and which scarcely puffed while emitting its thick smoke, passed my gate. After 2 English schooners whose red flag fluttered towards the sky, there came a magnificent Brazilian three-master. It was perfectly white and wonderfully clean and shining. I saluted it. I hardly know why, except that the sight of the vessel gave me great pleasure. The vulture has eaten the pigeon. The wolf has eaten the lamb. The lion has devoured the buffalo with sharp horns. Man has killed the lion with an arrow, with a sword, with gunpowder. But the Horla will make of man what we have made of the horse and of the ox, his chattel, his slave, and his food, by the mere power of his will. Woe to us! But nevertheless, the animal sometimes revolts and kills the man who has subjugated it. I should also like... But I must know him, touch him, see him. Learned men say that beasts' eyes, as they differ from ours, do not distinguish like ours do. And my eye cannot distinguish this newcomer who is oppressing me. Why? Now I remember the words of the monk at Mont Saint-Michel. Can we see the 100,000th part of what exists? Look here, there is the wind, which is the strongest force in nature, which knocks men and blows down buildings, uproots trees, raises the sea into mountains of water, destroys cliffs and casts great ships onto the breakers. The wind which kills, which whistles, which sighs, which roars. Have you ever seen it, and can you see it? It exists for all that, however. And I went on thinking. My eyes are so weak, so imperfect, that they do not even distinguish hard bodies if they are as transparent as glass. If a glass with a tin foil behind it were to bar my way, I should run into it, just like a bird which has flown into a room breaks its head against the window panes. 1,000 things, moreover, deceive him and lead him astray. How should it then be surprising that he cannot perceive a fresh body which is traversed by the light? A new being! Why not? It was assuredly bound to come. Why should we be the last? We do not distinguish it like all the others created before us. Ha ha ha! The reason is that its nature is more perfect. Its body finer and more finished than ours, that ours is so weak, so awkwardly conceived, encumbered with organs that are always tired, always under strain like locks that are too complicated, which lives like a plant and like a beast, nourishing itself with difficulty on air, herbs, and flesh, an animal machine which is a prey to maladies, to malformations, to decay, broken-winded, badly regulated, simple and eccentric, ingeniously badly made, a coarse and delicate work, the outline of a being which might become intelligent and grand. We are only a few, so few in this world, from oyster up to man. Why should there not be one more?